Okay. It's been a while since I've actually been in front of, well, behind the microphone, I guess. Not since I streamed, like, in January. But, I'll be looking at, my tournament game against NeedMoreRage and myself. This will be part of just sort of me having a look at my, last few fights. Because I think I've got a pretty nerdy approach to, approaching this tournament. A lot of people are sort of, showing up and fighting. I think that that's not a bad way to do it, but, you know, I've been, sweaty about it. I've been doing my 10-minute warm-ups. I've been looking at what my opponents are good at, looking at what I'm good at, and trying to, like, think of a game plan, and, NeedMoreRage kind of, him being nice to me and sparring me for my first few games kind of might have come back here because I knew sort of what he was going to do, which was pressure, good head movement, and lead hook that I just really didn't want to play with. I didn't want to let him land it, and I wanted to give him every reason in the world to stop attempting it, because when it lands, it does... and it does enough damage that I take note. So yeah, I actually don't remember a lot of the specifics of the fight. There's a overall view here. I am the man on the right, and this is my point of view here. So let's have a look. So natural feeling out thing. Back there, NeedMoreRage. He came forward with I can't get a good view on it. He comes forward with his body shots a lot. That's something I had to get used to. Leading with a shot to the body is a bit rare in real life, because one of the natural counters to someone dropping levels and hitting you with body straight is a rear cross, and getting hit with a rear cross when you're crouching, it's a pretty head-on collision and it sucks. You know, it's like running onto a jab, so it was a look I wasn't used to because people aren't as afraid of that danger. Yep, sorry, that was the head movement I was talking about just then. If we can watch that back. He, uses the slow line head movement to sort of punish me for attempting straight shots too much. I'm sort of fighting at a deficit here. I've got a pretty decent jab. At least compared to, you know, a lot of people in this game, since they're untrained, a lot of untrained fighters, throw big looping shots because it feels good and it feels like you're hitting him real hard. But, I think I've got a jab that was enough to keep him at bay when I needed it to. There's another reason why we actually open with body shots a lot in VC, and it's because of this, inverse kinematic error. I'm keeping, in real life, my hands at my chin, but my elbow is also protecting my ribs, but as you can see in-game here, the dude chicken wings it when you hold your controller too close to the screen, and it looks weird, and it opens up that, like, very specific area to attack. I remember I was getting absolutely melted by NFT. I asked him, like, what... my stance is in order, and I'm not that bad at conceding body shots, but yeah, you can just open with him. He was like, hey, the left side of your body's open. I'm like, what the hell? And this is the reason why. So yeah, I'm jabbing. He's starting to use his head movement to find ways around my jab. And then he starts responding. I'm not sure if he switched stances here because he's leading with very quick right hands. So, yeah, that was weird. Leading with uppercuts and rear hands. In Southpaw, in an open position, you can kind of get away with opening up with the rear hand a little bit because your lead hand and lead foot are in the space that your opponent wants their lead hand and lead foot to be. So you're sort of occupying that traffic naturally. So the rear hand starts, landing the rear hand starts becoming the main bread and butter. Sort of started evening it out here. Saw that lead. Was that a lead hook or a rear hook? I just don't want to get hit by these wide hooks because they aren't pleasant. That was a good one too, I think, or might have been a 2-3. This is interesting. Okay. Remember I started getting, I'd say looser, but I was freaking the fuck out, you know? It's been 40 seconds in, and I'm already like, you know, he hit me pretty early. I was starting to be like, oh wait, yeah, volume. As you can tell, I'm getting smacked on the way in. Opening up with that uppercut, I need to stop doing that. There was a little battle between my jab and him moving his head. Yeah, I'm really enjoying with... This was the big thing. This was what I really wanted to highlight. I can get a bit more granularity. He started throwing those really wide lead hooks. And when you throw a wide lead hook like that, if I can really get it pinpointed. Yeah. He'll do it again. It doesn't look too great, but when you throw wide lead hooks like this, it does hit like a fucking truck, naturally. So I don't want to get hit by this. He's trying to, you know, throw over this angle. And like clock me on the temple. A lot of people who come from Thrill of the Fight do this because you can just throw hooks around the guard in that game. But I am pretty solid with my hands. I keep them up pretty decently. It's usually, my hands usually go down either in the third round because I'm tired and lazy, when I'm moving my head, or when they're lighting up my body and I've got reason to drop it. But yeah, this wide lead hook was something I don't want to get hit with. So I'm either really patient with it and wait for him to whiff it and then hit him after, or I try and jam it with a jab. So yeah, that first wide lead hook, and then yeah, I'm starting to throw these straight shots down the pipe because that gives him a lot of reason not to throw those wide hooks, because when your arm's all the way out there, down the pipe straight open. He's not keeping his hands up, so I'm making him pay. Yeah, he's getting really undisciplined with those hands, so I really start opening up on him and I get knocked down. Oh yeah, I was muting myself. One thing that you really want to do in the tournament, as much as it sucks that you can't be social over it, you don't want them hearing you. You just don't want them to hear your breathing, because if they can hear you breathing, they know when you're tired, and if they know when you're tired, they know when to start pushing you. It's one of the things I really get a sick kind of joy out of, is like you know, midway through round 2, you're breathing heavy, you sound like you're about to die, and I'm standing there and I feel great. And that's when I know I can push you, and that's when I know I can start forcing you to make defensive movements, and you're going to get sloppy, and you're not going to be able to counter me. But I don't get that information if you're muted. Which is why I've been muted in my 20 matches, because I don't want my opponents to hear when I'm breathing heavy after a long flurry or whatever. Oh, we respawn. I'm naturally at a health disadvantage, so NeedMoreRage is probably going to go nuts. That's what happens. You're at a health disadvantage. You've just knocked him down. They want to get you back already. So, but I have to really be careful here. But, you know, I start getting my ass beat, because he's turning it up on me. And because I'm low health, my dash frequency is way lower, so I can't run away like a little bitch. He's throwing that lead hook again, like really wide. And as you can tell, when I get hit by it, it's really bad. But that wide lead hook was definitely a big thing that I just wanted to stuff him on. But naturally, I'm low health, he's pushing me, you just... You know, and then I do the exact same thing, you see it, I'm going fucking nuts, because he just knocked me down, and I want this round win. And I get it, because, one of the things you'll see great success with, a lot of people will sort of make this mistake, but they make a different mistake. A lot of people, because of, certain players who are seeing a lot of success out of it, will crouch and throw, like, a bunch of shots to the body. Because it's open, but in real life, it's dangerous to do that, because you are dropping your hands to hit them in the body, and you're in boxing range, which means you're open to the lead hook and the rear cross, and those are the two main things that score knockouts in boxing. So you don't see it a lot in real life because of that threat, but in VFC, if you hit them hard enough, they literally can't do damage to you. And not many people are good at catching and pitching their own shot against body shots yet. So a lot of people make the mistake of just crouching down and slamming those body shots in. So the way I sort of avoid making that problem is I mix up my levels and I throw very orthodox standing up body hooks. And you'll see, you know, I go head, body. I went 3 shots to the head and then started throwing to the body because it dragged his hands up. And they were occupied protecting himself from getting clocked in the fucking head. Which then opened up my route to the body. So I am now up 2-1, and it's pretty close to the end of the round. We're both full health, so it's gonna really come down to these last few exchanges whether NeedMoreRage can tie it up. That was a nice little slip, but yeah, this was a funny little exchange. We're just fucking around, and I think I threw a lead hook that put me out of position. So I just spin out of it, and then get jabbed. That was a really stupid exchange. And yeah, I'm all sad, so I try and break. But yeah, NeedMoreRage needs this to tie up, but it's just not happening.
2, 1,
5. We had a small break. Breaks in VFC are really short. They're like 12 seconds, which a lot of people are like, I need more cardio, but it's like, you do 9 minutes of this shit, you're gonna be tired no matter what. You're never not gonna be tired by the end of a fight. I say that I usually come out of the fights having 2 more rounds of me, but you know, I'm still sweating. And that, but you're never gonna be like fine. You're gonna know that you're tired and that you've been doing shit. But yeah, the extremely short round timer is something to get used to in VFC, because you don't have a full minute to recover. Mentally or physically. Yeah, there's a little bit of an anxious energy, just because it's the first tournament fight. It's... You know, I've come into the tournament being, like, really green to the game. This game's been out for nearly 2 years, so there are veterans of 2 years. Mostly in the North American region. But yeah, I was really green to the game at this point. I still am. But I've been doing mixed martial arts for about a year, which means I've got the basics down, to where I can apply them effectively, in this sort of stress, and I've been sparring, so, you know, sparring without the shakes to the head, I can keep my composure a little more. There we go, I'm keeping that really orthodox high guard, jabbing to try and stuff that lead hook. NeedMoreRage has a pretty good head movement. He bobs and weaves. When he wants to move his head, he starts bobbing and weaving the moment you twitch, which means you can kind of bait him into shots, but yeah, he's being very defensively responsible there. I'm just I'm a slower paced fighter than he's used to. I'm stunned here, but one thing I like to do when I'm stunned is fight anyway. I like to fight anyway. Like, I get stunned here at some point. And I just keep going, because if they crack you with something good and you start backing up, they're gonna know that you're stunned, and then they're gonna push you, and then you are now getting pushed with no ability to counter them, which is never a good like situation. So sometimes I just fight through it and act like I'm not hurt, and then, you know, sometimes it gets me hurt a little worse, but a lot of the time it makes it hard for people to read when I'm stunned. That was a really good 2-3, that stunned me, yeah. But I reset, and then he stuns me again. I keep engaging. He's starting to land that lead hook, and as you can tell, my health's getting whittled away, so I start going, I need to be really fucking careful, huh? I either need to bait the lead hook and do something with it, or I need to block it. I can't let myself keep getting hit by it. Yeah, that lead hook, I really just don't want to keep getting hit by it, because he'll fuck my shit up. That's one thing I, will keep rattling on, change your levels. If you hit them up high, their hands are gonna go up high to block their head, and then you get to hit them low. And then if you hit them low enough times, they start dropping their hands, and you can hit them high. And then once you start integrating that into combos where you hit them high to draw the hands up and then hit low, you start getting more paths to your power shots. And there he was kind of in a position where he couldn't just put his hands up and hope. He had to either reset. He had to reset or like hit me with a nice counter shot to get me to back up there, because I was mixing up my levels. So NeedMoreRage seems to be a bit more cautious here, and I think it's because that was a very nice counter. But yeah, he was a bit more... He didn't just come forward swinging, because I think he sort of felt that I wasn't going to let that happen, like laying down. But yeah, now we're both at full health, and we're 1-1. I am 1 round up, so I'm not too afraid to draw, because that brings us both closer to a win, but I'm closer. That wide lead hook, it was such a fixation I had. Oh yeah, that jab was really good. That was a great level change on his part. Might have pissed me off a little. I don't generally flurry that much. Especially not like that. That was a great uppercut counter. So yeah, he's opening up a little more, he's feeling his head movement. That's yeah. I got melted! Wow! Whew. Good work, man. So yeah, I started moving my head because he was kicking my fucking ass, so I was a bit like, gross. Yeah, now I have the the hard task of he could hit me once and take me out. Now I need to start yeah, doing this. I need to start being really defensively responsible and just yeah. Now I'm down, but I should be able to tie it up here.
Round ends in.
But I need to go fucking nuts because the round's about to end. So I recognize that and just started swinging. More level changes and just boom, 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 and buzzer beater. Ah, that one was stressful. Third round, I figured out that sitting down is not going to help me with the short round time. It's just going to be doing a squat. So I just stood for my breaks. I think I'll find a pretty safe area to lean on a wall next time. Yeah, NeedMoreRage needs to start bringing the fight back, so he's gonna come out really aggressively, but he's tired by now, so I sort of just have to keep my fight eyes dialed in. Yeah, he should have pushed me there, but he might not have known I was stunned because I was still posturing like I wanted to engage. Yeah, I didn't want that lead hook to be doing shit. He's melting me here. This is a really good technical offense on his part. So I sort of returns to jabbing. That level changes are really, ruining my shit. I'm getting caught into this, yo-yo. What happens a lot in this game is two players will just yo-yo at each other. Back and forth and exchange every time they meet in the middle. It's, yeah. It's a habit I'm trying to get out of. Yeah, I'm just doing my best to keep this, at a draw, because I know he's more tired than me. And I know he needs to work harder than me, too. So I just want to keep it drawn up. But yeah, he did. That was a good shot on his end. Yeah, now I have a full health advantage and the ability to tie it up, so he really needs to, melt me. Before I land that one shot. And that level change, he's very... When you're yelling it, that level change is powerful because you know they're gonna start swinging. Yeah, I start throwing this body cross. It's a shot I need to throw more because it's one of my best shots in real life. I level change, hit the body cross, and then when I start getting the favorable reaction to them dropping their hand to try and catch and pitch, like a counter shot, I immediately, pivot and throw a head kick. And it just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, there's a little bit of a... He needs to not let me land that one big shot and tie it up. But I do, and now it's sort of... I got 50 seconds to survive. If you're trying to survive, you could run, but, you're in a limited amount of space, and you need to be good at running, basically. You need to be good at keeping your back off the fence, you know how far you are from the fence, because if you get caught up against the fence and they're trying to beat the shit out of you, it's miserable. There are a few times in my fight with Papa Bless Your Soul where he just, mauled me against the fence, because I wasn't cautious. He's kind of, that was a little bit of a mental reset. He was like, I need to fuck this dude up. I need to, yeah. We're gonna see new energy out of NeedMoreRage. He's gonna turn it up despite his exhaustion. So I'm sort of stick and poking.
Round ends in 10.
But yeah,
9,
I kept around tied to get the win.
6, 5, 4.
So yeah, I feel like this was a pretty good tournament debut. I didn't have perfect control of the fight. There were some things I could have done better, but I knew like the main shots I didn't want to get hit by, and I kept to the plan of just really solid textbook striking to keep myself safe from that like wide lead. But yeah, that's sort of my poking around at the first fight of the tournament. I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording these all in a batch or like one by one in the day, so you might get more sleep deprived next trick. Yeah, we'll see. But I hope to see you next time.